For that highlight. It's always great to hear Donnie's voice.
Triple play.
Triple play. Think about that, though. You're a play-by-play guy.
Only seen one.
Bob Joyce.
Only seen one.
Can you imagine being able to call like no-hitters, triple plays, perfect games? But that one puts you in the postseason. That particular play ends the game, ends the Dodgers' comeback attempt, and puts you in the postseason. Nothing's going to put you in the party mood better than that triple play right
against
there.
your rival.
God, who was it? Steve Sparks, I think it was. Steve Sparks. I think it was the Astros. I think he's broadcasting for the Astros. I'm trying to think where Steve is right now because I played with him. Knuckleballer. He showed up for the party as a broadcaster in like a 1920s swimsuit. That's what he was wearing. And I find it amazing. Like, if you're a broadcaster and you know tonight might be the night for us to celebrate and me have to go in there and get some sound and stuff like that, you don't want to go in there in a nice suit or nice outfit. You want to try to change. I mean, I've watched some of these guys are destroying locker rooms right now with their and they're just getting into the postseason.
They got the plastic up. I mean, they're going to be all right. They've talked with the clubbies about it.
How good do you think that plastic is down on the carpeting and stuff like that? You know they're going to have to clean the carpeting. It's going to be, you're going to have to get in.
This was in Baltimore. Last night was in Baltimore.
It was in Baltimore, so it's your home. But some of these,
home spot.
Some of these guys have celebrated on the road and destroyed the visiting locker rooms. And these locker rooms aren't trash like the ones I was in. Ours were concrete stuff. You could come in with a hose and hose out our locker room and you'd be cool.
Right.
Now these things are state of the art, beauty,
technology. Everywhere.
There's TVs everywhere.
Carpet is probably new. I mean, every year we probably.
So I'm not saying they shouldn't destroy it, but I mean it's like they're out of control.
Send the bill to my owner.
But it's just to get into the postseason. So Baltimore celebrated last night with their win. Jackson Holliday not old enough to drink. His teammates made him a little gift box set that I just think is amazing because they're basically welcoming him to the postseason as a 20-year-old. And obviously so much was expected of Jackson Holliday. But when your teammates and your team and your coaching staff and everybody go out of their way to basically say, hey, welcome to the family and stuff like that, I thought that was a very poignant moment last night. But I'll tell you what, man. Don't sleep on the San Diego Padres. This team has steadily gotten better, and better. Machado came back from injury, better and better as the season went on. They're hot, 8 out of 10 wins, and now they can beat up on the Dodgers a little bit as the Dodgers are probably resting up. They've got a ton of injuries, so as some of these teams get healthier, the Braves are another one. As we're hunting for October and our place in the postseason, beware of some of these teams that are now starting to get healthy. I was watching the Mets and the Braves last night, and they're like, oh, this guy just came back. This guy just came back. This guy just came back. So as some of these teams get healthy, it's going to be a nightmare for some of these teams that are just happy to celebrate.
I love how the Padres have constantly been adding. In the last 5 years, they have been throwing it at the wall and seeing what sticks, and that doesn't stick, they move on. Like, they've moved on from Blake Snell after 2 years of it, moved on.
He wasn't their cup of tea. Juan Soto was not their cup of tea. Their late owner probably before he passed away asked if he wanted to. But
they tried
$500 million. Listen, they made a huge mistake that has now been righted a little bit with Tatis Jr. He is really a good baseball player.
But they tried.
But they shouldn't have given him $340 million.
Right, but then they don't just sit around and deal with it like an Anthony Rendon in Los Angeles.
Oh my God, what a huge mistake that was.
There's some franchises make huge mistakes and they just deal with it, and
some you can't get rid of.
But some that they have corrected, whether they add a piece, add another place in the position of Tatis Jr., like bringing Xander Bogaerts over is like, no, you're not going to be shortstop, man. We've got a shortstop. We're going to go get and reload, retool with this team. I love what they've done with their pitching staff. Dylan Cease is on tonight. He's their ace now.
Where'd they get him from? They got him in a trade from the White Sox. Yep. Michael King is a free agent signing from the Yankees.
Huge for them.
Yu Darvish was great.
Musgrove
Cubs came up.
Right.
Martin Perez. But look at some of these other players. This is a former Yankee as well. Kyle Higashioka.
Yeah.
With the stroker.
But a good catcher that can call a game.
Oh, yeah. Xander Bogaerts. guy still should be with the Boston Red Sox.
Yep.
Manny Machado, $300 million for that guy. You went and got this Ha-Sung Kim. He's hurt right now, but when he's healthy, he's one of the best shortstops in baseball. Jurickson Profar, nobody wanted this dude. He was an all-star for the first time in his career this year. Jackson Merrill has been fantastic. Tatis Jr. since he came back. And here's the one that this guy, I think, put them over the top. Won the batting title with the Marlins last year. Comes over here, Luis Ariz. Comes over here, and probably his preparation. I tell all of my 16U, which they're mostly 15 years old and 14 years old, watch Luis Ariz prepare for playing. This guy, his work ethic, how he keeps his head down, how he hits down on the ball, how he does a lot of different stuff in his preparation. This guy has probably made his teammates a lot better around him with the Padres.
So we do have pitching matchups, do have some lineups that are out for tonight. The New York Yankees is interesting. They do move Marcus Stroman back to the starting role after Clark Schmidt last night. Nestor Cortez going to have an MRI on his shoulder. And Marcus Stroman, as you said before we started the show, like that's an easy switch for the Yankees to make. They make it. He's going to go up against Zach Eflin tonight. If the Yankees win, they will seal the division. Orioles still got a chance to win it as long as they keep winning and the Yankees keep losing.
Are the Yankees do celebrate again?
Hell no, man. You shouldn't have celebrated the first time. You got to act like you've been there before, especially when you're that franchise.
Some of these teams that have clinched a playoff berth as a wild card, why are you celebrating so hard? Right?
Some of it, like if the Mets get in, they lock it up. Celebration warranted. You don't think so?
No, the celebration warranted for the Mets, absolutely.
Right.
They
Braves, yeah.
Braves, yeah, but I mean,
from what they've
been
through,
doing it, but they've been winning divisions.
But they lost some players.
Right,
they lost Acuna Jr. They have been trying to deal it from the backside of
like
this
the Phillies.
division.
Phillies have been in the playoffs the last couple of years.
No,
They've
Phillies
got
are on a mission.
Team.
It's just what your expectations are. Your expectations for the New York Yankees, for me, and I'm not a Yankee fan, if you're not winning the ALCS, don't celebrate.
Right.
Like it's embarrassing for your
that
franchise.
Are playing tonight, Kansas City and Detroit. If they can make the postseason,
celebrate.
That should be almost like a parade around town.
For sure.
Nobody was picking Kansas City this year. Nobody in hell was picking the Detroit Tigers.
Not
halfway
even
through
Detroit.
This year. The absolute disaster in the first 3 months of the season for the Detroit Tigers.
Yes, they have so much to celebrate for sure if they get in. But Dodgers, you're expected, man. That lineup. That's expected.
Dude, you get 350 million reasons why they should be celebrating.
I'd even say for the Astros. Like the Astros have been playing in front for a while, and they've got a lot of guys that have been there and done that. Their mission should be ALCS champions.
Yeah.
And if they fall short of that, it should feel like a disappointed season.
Right. And they've been decimated by injuries. They've had a lot of injuries, and right now they've got some guys that are under the weather right now. A guy that I like to pick up that I think a lot of teams would like is Kikuchi. Don't forget he went to the Astros.
Yeah.
That was a great pickup right at the end. So they've got Valdez, Brown, Kikuchi, Verlander.
Astros are very scary, dude.
They are always scary. But right now, day to day, Yordan Alvarez is battling injuries again.
Yeah. Well, their hitting is what is really scary. Their hitting, they have, including Yordan, depending on what his health status is, he's one of the three that are top 11 in batting averages in the entire league. Like they don't mess around.
Bregman has had a comeback year with 26 and 74.
Yeah.
You've got Kyle Tucker, who has been off and on healthy. He still pounded out 23 homers and 48 driven in, but that's stinking Altuve, man. 293, 20 homers, 65 driven in, scored 92 runs. Still a pain in everybody's arse. 183 hits. Just absolutely amazing for a dude his size.
You didn't even mention Yanir Diaz, the catcher.
Yanir Diaz, yeah. That dude was a great pickup by them, by the way. Again, some of these players that have joined some of these teams, they're almost handpicked now. You're going around rating other people's rosters, like the Rays. The Rays, God, they gave up Aaron Cia, or what the heck's the left fielder's name? That had the great postseason a couple years.
Rosarina?
Rosarina. I mean, there's teams that are like picking up the Rosarinas and going to Seattle, and teams like, okay, you don't want to pay him, we'll take him. You don't want to pay this guy, we'll take him. Some of these teams that have the payrolls to add to their payrolls come the trade deadline, like Kikuchi, taking guys that have locked in a couple more years left on their deals. That to me is baseball. Listen, Jose Abreu wasn't playing well for you. You paid him a boatload of money. They DFA'd him early on. They're like, listen, you're not doing it for us. We got to go get somebody. They went out and they got guys. So, doing that kind of business for me is good for baseball. But there's 10 teams right now that are not doing that, and that bothers me. They've got to come to some agreement, and there's no CBA in the near future where these bottom feeders have to spend more money. The Pirates cannot cut a guy with one game before getting a bonus.
Rowdy Tellez, 4 plate appearances away from a bonus.
That is
the Pirates
absolutely
cut him.
disgusting. And honestly, Major League Baseball should step in and say to the Pirates, you owe that guy $200,000. Remember when this is going back a little bit. Remember CC Sabathia got into the little tiff with the Rays, got thrown out of the game, was a couple innings shy of hitting a bonus, investing a bonus. Freaking Yankees, I almost swore there. Yankees paid him the $500,000 bonus out of respect to CC Sabathia.
And didn't he hit somebody that they paid the fine for?
No, he hit somebody, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. The fine was $10,000, whatever. But they gave him the $500,000 bonus because he deserved it.
Right. They may give Rowdy Tellez 200 pizzas in return, and Rowdy's probably going to give a thumbs up. A fat joke.
Wow.
He's fat.
Fat shamed Rowdy.
What?
Well, he is fat.
Yeah, he is fat.
I mean, what
See, Curtis,
really?
he's fat.
You think he's shocked by that?
Yeah.
What is he going to
He
go?
is
What?
shocked. He wakes up, he's like, what the hell happened to me last night?
This is news to me.
What happened to me?
What happened to me?
What happened to me last night?
Whoa!
Too many buckets of chicken? What happened?
The Yankees did bring a veteran back last night. I don't know if you guys caught this big-time asset that the Yankees brought back last night. I think Kurt has an example of what it sounded like.
Here's the payoff to Judge. Swung on, there it goes. Deep left field, it is high. It is far. It is gone. It's a Judgian blast. Aaron Judge hits number 56. Puts the Yankees on the board. They trail Baltimore 2-1. Here he comes. Here comes the Judge.
407 feet.
When he hits them, they stay.
Great throwing, Susan.
Oh, man.
Did you catch the end?
Yes, I did. Yes. Sterling is back, sir, and he will be back for the rest of time.
They stay hit? What does that mean?
The postseason. He's going to do the rest of the postseason.
Right. He's back for the rest
By
of the
the way,
postseason.
Nestor Cortez placed on the IL. He's
15-day.
So must not have been good news. By the way, Ohtani's 50-50 ball going to be auctioned. The people would not give it back to him. He was offered. I give the Dodgers credit. Dodgers offered $300,000 to the owner of the ball immediately. That thing's going to go for $5 million. But
was
still.
it caught by an average Joe, or was it?
It was an average Joe,
Okay,
but
good.
they knew exactly what they're going to do.
Good.
And so now it's listen, Ohtani's got the money to buy it back.
That's baseball, Susan. That's why you go to the games with your glove. It's a catch it and you have to give it back to the person who hit it. No.
This guy who's the CEO of the consignment play, he needs a smack. Ken Golden.
He's the one who gave him the advice.
No, this guy, yeah, because he's getting a cut. This is one of the easiest consignments ever. Okay, Ken. What did you have to do with it, dude?
Wait until he hits 60-60, though. Then that ball's going to be worth squat. Take it back. Those people should sell it now.
50. What is he at? 53, 57?
He got more stolen bases yesterday?
Yeah, he got more.
That ball ain't going to be worth nothing, man. You better sign that or sell it. Sign it, then sell it. Actually, don't sign it. You'll ruin it.
True that.
What I did have another.
Let me see what Ohtani's got here. Stolen base.
Oh, no, I didn't.
55. He's up 55. So he's got the 55. He just needs 2 more homers in 5 games.
I had a note just to make sure we talked about Rowdy Tellez, but we got that out of the way. Though. Poor Rowdy. Is anyone going to pick him up, Dibs? I mean, he's
for 5
big
games.
Boy.
Not for 5 games.
I mean, after this season.
Absolutely, 100%. He's still got pop in his bat. I mean, the thing about Rowdy is he can still play defense and
he can pitch too if you need him to pitch.
He'll do again. Another great point. We'll do anything for the team.
Yeah, he will.
And for one more game, 4 at bats, 4 plate appearances, you were like, nah. Ben Cherington, former Red Sox GM.
Yeah.
Ben Cherington and the Nutting family who own the Pirates made this business decision. You want to talk about bad publicity? You know, every former major leaguer that I follow on social media was like, if you're a free agent and you even think about going to the Pirates, you're a piece of crap. You've got to basically not boycott, but basically be like, man, if I've got choices, you're the last one on my choice list.
Here's looking at you, Paul Skeens. Here's looking at you.
Yeah, I mean, just one start with Paul Skeens makes that $200,000 back for the Nutting family.
At least
one home start gets that bonus money for Rowdy Tellez.
The parking for that one home start.
I felt bad for David Bell, but worse for the players. I don't know if you heard them. They're all upset. They're like, we're the reason why he got fired.
They play the games.
You are. Listen, I got a couple of managers fired. Our poor performance gets managers fired. That's a given. But listen, David Bell's going to be fine. He's got a great family, and he's certainly going to get another coaching job, hopefully a managerial job soon. But listen, you're only as good as your players, and if your players don't perform, people get fired. You can't fire the players. Well, I guess you could DFA them right before they get a bonus.
I just saw lineups out for Mets Braves. Sale on the mound tonight for the Atlanta Braves, and there is some pretty big samples against Chris Sale for some of these players.
Not tonight.
Francisco Lindor, 14 of 34 against. What do you mean not tonight? Is he off tonight?
Postponed.
Oh no, Kurt! Is it the hurricane?
It is the hurricane. Yeah.
Well, never mind.
Well, at least they didn't warm up and then the game get canceled.
No, and they've already pushed off tomorrow. John says what they're doing Monday.
Yeah, they're doing a doubleheader on Monday now.
Wow.
Awesome, right?
That is awesome because they have to come back and do that. Yeah.
Wait. So we're scrapping the rest of the series.
Oh,
the Mets are going to play the Brewers.
Yeah.
And then they're going to come back before the playoff weekend and try to figure out who the last team in the NL wildcard is if it doesn't get figured out by then.
Yeah. So they postponed Wednesday and Thursday's games. They will go to Milwaukee, play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, get on a flight after that 3 o'clock start. Maybe they'll push that up to like 1 o'clock and then have to fly back to Atlanta before the playoffs.
I'm not a Mets fan, and I feel like I need to go to the bathroom.
You just got dogged out, Mets fans. They will play a traditional doubleheader Monday starting at 1 o'clock in hot Atlanta. That sounds like they're burning. Gary Cohen.
Exactly how I feel. That's exactly how Mets feel. Oh, my goodness. Oh, gosh. Just win your games against the Brewers. Hopefully the Brewers lie down, but they don't. Did you see the Brew Crew City Connect jerseys? I've been thinking about getting a 49 dibble on that thing.
Oh, really?
Dude, they say Brew Crew right across the front, and they're in this hot yellow and the powdered blue.
There. Maybe I'll get you one.
Get me one and tell them to put dibble on the back.
I just don't want to say you're a Cubs fan.
Yeah, don't tell them that. Hate that team. Love those jerseys.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I love all my jerseys and stuff. But my navy blue gold Brewer jerseys with my name on the back, my favorites. My favorites. A lot better than the Marlin ones.
People have yet to talk about that team, and they could win the World Series.
Absolutely.
Like they really could.
Absolutely. Listen, just got to get in. You got to get in.
Just got to get in.
All right. Just like this guy came in just to come on the show. Bob Joyce came in the studio earlier. We're going to replay that for you next. Got a lot of great stuff talking about some UConn hockey, some UConn sports. UConn is hot right now, man. Everything is hot, including the football. All of their field hockey, all of their lacrosse, all their teams across the board. Soccer, men and women soccer on fire at UConn. Go check them out. Bob Joyce, UConn Sports Network, will join us next on the Rob Dibble Show with Ben Darnell on your afternoon.